Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the angles of elevation and depression. So it's basically like, these questions where they look hard because of the drawings and all that, but they're actually very simple if you know them. So first of all, let's talk about what elevation and depression actually means. So elevation, let me do actually a different color, red. So elevation is when you're looking up, and that's from the horizontal. And what I mean by from horizontal, I'll explain after I explained depression, because they're both from the horizontal basically. So depression is looking down from the horizontal. I mean, over here there's also the, but yeah. So basically what I mean by this, so let's say we have that could be like, the question. So right, like there's a tower, there's a person here, and a person here. Let's say this person looks at this person, right? Like the person is not looking, he's just like, let's say it's not a person, it's just like, I don't know, like across, like, yeah, across. So, and he's looking, right? But at the same time, he's looking from the horizontal, as if like it's on an angle. So, because I don't know how to exactly explain it, but he can't just like look, like straight down, because either way, he's doing it on an angle. Like whenever you can't do something about an angle, because like that's just how kind of maths and life works. Like when you look up, you don't look actually up on a 90-degree angle. That would be different. That's why the word is angle's literally there. There is an angle, theta, let's put theta, from the straight line, and it goes to here. So same with elevation. You look up, you're also looking from the angle from the bottom, let's say. So that's kind of the main idea of it. So first of all, let me just quickly write a question. So here's the question. You are walking in the woods when you spot a bald eagle high up in a tree. So you measure the angle of the elevation. So let's just write that down. So the elevation to the eagle to be 67 degrees. So that's important. You then walk directly to the tree and determine that you are standing 150 feet from the tree when you saw the bald eagle. How high up in the tree was the bald eagle? So it seems hard because you're like, what? But you just have to imagine. So look, this is you, and this is a tree, right? So we're given that you was 150 feet away from it, and we know that the angle of elevation was, let's do it like this. Yeah, from your head was 67. So, and we're asking the height. Does that not look familiar? Well, it's clearly something to do with the SOHCAHTOA stuff. So basically, look, let's just draw it easier. So 150, 67, and why it's 90 degrees, you might ask. We're not given that 90 degrees. Well, a tree, it usually grows straight. It doesn't go like this. So we just imagine that it's 90 degrees. So we're looking for the opposite. We have the adjacent, and we have the angle. So doesn't work. SOHCAHTOA. Ka doesn't work. Toe. Oh look, we have the opposite and we have the adjacent. Works. So we're gonna use tan. So we know everything that we could have had. 67 equals the x. So, and if you put that in the calculator, the x is basically this to the significant, whatever it is, significant number. So that's the way you figure it out. After that, we have another question. So here's the next question. You were sitting on the top of a building and you look down to see your friend on the street. If the angle of depression to your friend is 57 degrees and the building is 200 feet tall, how far away from the bottom of the building is your friend? So see, these most of the time questions, they don't actually ask for the other angle of elevation, depression, because scientifically thinking, you can't exactly quite, I mean, you could actually calculate it with, again, using, basically you can, you just know how to use SOHCAHTOA. So let's just imagine what's happened. So we're looking at our friend, right, down on an angle of 57, and then the distance is 200. No, the height of the building is 200. So let me think, how do I do that? Friend. Okay, so the height is 200 feet. And then we're looking down at our friend at the angle of 57. And now we're asked to find how far away is he. Well, again, we get the 90 degree. Or look, we're looking for the opposite. We have the hypotenuse is here, and the adjacent is this. So we have the adjacent, we're looking for the hypotenuse, and we have the tan. So we're going to use TOA again. So, but this time, so tan this equals over A. We have the A, so we times 200. It's basically 200 tan 57. So I don't actually have a calculator, and I don't think this is right. Yeah, this is definitely not right by calculator. I don't have the calculator on me, but basically this is how you would input it, and whatever this is, that's how it is. So yeah, thanks.